Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about something that has been on my mind for quite a bit now. I've been planning on doing like a ranking the MCU. Everyone's done it. It's been done a billion times. But honestly, every time I wanted to do one, like there would be an MCU movie or thing coming out. So then I'd just be like, well, fuck. I would have to just do one like every goddamn week or like every couple months because there's a new one coming out that's pretty good. So now I gotta be like, well, actually, it's not as good as this, but it's better than this. And then I'd have to do it all over again and be like, well, where does this rank? Somewhere in here. So, but like after Endgame came out, I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. But like I had to sit back and take a breath. I had to sit back, take a deep breath and go, what is the best MCU movie? And I've come to the conclusion that I personally believe that the best MCU movie is Captain America Civil War. Now, I held the first Avengers movie at very high regard. Still do, but I thought that movie was untouchable. To the point where if another movie came out that was even remotely close to it, even in the MCU itself, I'd just be like, nah. Like, people for years tried to tell me that, Winter Soldier was a better movie than Avengers, or Guardians of the Galaxy was a better movie than Avengers, and I would just fight them on it. I'd just fight them on it. I'd be like, no, none of this exists without the Avengers. And I had these emotions about the Avengers that I just did not want to hear anything. I did not want to hear anybody tell me that a movie was better than this movie. I just couldn't want to hear it. But after a while, especially after the time away from seeing anything new from the MCU, except for that WandaVision trailer that just came out last week. But after a while, and especially after some of those things with the Spider-Man people, like I've gotten in fights about people about Homecoming compared to the original Sam Raimi trilogy. And after a while, it kind of becomes apparent that there's so many people who attach a lot of things to nostalgia. And I realized honestly, my big thing is I'm really not a big fan of hypocrites. Like, honestly, you can be an asshole as long as you're not a hypocrite. But I'm not a big fan of hypocrites. And I had to kind of look at myself and go, the love that I have for that first Avengers movie is pretty hypocritical because most of it is nostalgia based. Most of it is, well, if none of this other stuff would have happened, what else this stuff? Most of it is, this was amazing and no one had ever seen this before. That kind of shit. And when I came to that conclusion, I came to the conclusion that the Avengers is not the best superhero movie. It's still one of my top 5 superhero movies. I still enjoy it, but I don't think it's the best MCU movie anymore. I think there are a couple MCU movies that are better than the Avengers now. And that wasn't always a thing that I thought, but now I do. So I even came around on that because, like I said, I did not want to be the hypocrite sitting here yelling at Spider-Man. People who freaking hold that Sam Raimi trilogy so high, people who hold old shit so high. I was like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna be that guy holding on to the Avengers just because that happened. And granted, it made it a lot easier that Collider had done their top, I think, 100 superheroes, and they had Civil War ahead of Avengers, and it made it a lot easier for me to go, okay, so I'm not crazy. Made it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, I think Captain America Civil War is top to bottom best movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's better than Endgame. I think it's better than Infinity War. And like I said, after I left Endgame, initially I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Yep, best thing I've ever seen. I don't think I need to see anything else after this. This was pretty good. After I saw Infinity War, I was like, well, that was a fucking ride. Then I saw Endgame, I was like, I don't need to see anything else after this. But like I said, time to sit on it and stew on it and actually think about it. Captain America Civil War is still the best. It's still the best because of many reasons. First of all, no other movie other than some of the other, there's a couple movies, but no other movie really pushes the needle forward like that movie. By the end of that movie, Tony Stark and Iron Man are not friends. The Avengers are broken up. Captain America and all these other characters are on the run. Scott Lang and Hawkeye are pretty much on house arrest. It's crazy at the end of that movie. There's a freaking registration act, so heroes being a superhero is kind of a tense thing to be now. It had some of the best action sequences in the MCU. The introduction of Spider-Man and Black Panther. I mean, this movie just had so much going for it. And it had the most emotional stuff. First of all, no movie shows the meaning of the MCU better than Captain America Civil War. That movie to think like this, if you watch the first Iron Man, you watch the first Captain America movie, and then you watch Civil War, you'd think you were in Bizarro World. And it's because the characters have grown so much that they're on little opposite sides of a topic. Captain America was made by America. Made by America. He wears that red, white, and blue on his chest. He'll do what's right for his country. He'll follow orders what his country tells him to do. Tony Stark. Fuck the government. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody else. It's my creation. I made it. I know how best to use it. I mean, in Iron Man 2, he literally walked in front of Congress and flipped them the bird. Like, I mean, that's what he was. Captain America Civil War comes around, and Captain America's like, I don't trust the government. And freaking Iron Man's like, maybe we should be in check. Like, that's just so crazy to me. It's just such a greatly, designed film that these characters organically got to opposite sides of a topic, and it's so, and it's a very conflicting movie. I mean, by the time it gets to the end of it, you just don't know how to feel about anyone. But first of all, you find out that Bucky murdered Tony Stark's parents, which just, that alone makes you kind of feel like, oh my goodness, I understand why Iron Man's about to snap now. And then you find out, double whammy, Cap already knew about it. Now, granted, if you were paying close attention to Captain America Winter Soldier, you would know that they heavily hinted that Bucky killed, Howard Maria Stark. Is it Maria? Yeah, it is Maria. Martha. Is it Martha Stark? It's an M. It starts with an M. I know his mom's name starts with an M. But yeah, you know that if you were paying attention, you would know that he killed him. But if you weren't, if you were just some casual and you were watching the movie, you're like, oh shit. Like, that was really a dropping moment, and great acting from Robert Downey Jr. The look in his face of hurt and sadness, anger, and when he asked Cap, did you know about it? And Cap said yes. Oh my goodness, the look. I mean, that was just great acting. Like it's a huge superhero thing, but that was just great acting. And the fight, the fight that you really didn't want anyone to even win. And I can't think of another superhero movie where you literally watching it and you're like, I really don't want anyone to win this. This is just a bad situation. You understand both sides. Bucky was brainwashed. Also has one of my favorite lines that no one talks about. It's kind of a low-key line that kind of goes under the radar. But like at one point, Tony has Bucky in like a stranglehold, and he's asking him, "Did you remember my parents?" Because he killed them. And Bucky says, "I remember all of them." And I remember thinking at that moment, like, this man has been through so much. He remembers all these deaths. It's not like, oh, he blacks out and wakes up. No, he's here doing them, and he has no control over his body. And now he has control over his body, but he has all the bloody memories of all these people, innocent people, that he's killed. He killed two people. He killed a person who he considered a close friend, and there's nothing he could have done about it. There's nothing he could do. He couldn't control himself. And like I said, Bucky's a tortured soul, man. And that movie really just put it all out there. Plus, you got the airport scene, which damn near made me cry in the movie theaters, because I was just like, this is insane. I can't believe they can do this now. It really was just amazing. It really was amazing. Tom Holland cast as Spider-Man. Don't need much to say. Chadwick Boseman cast as Black Panther in this movie. Did a phenomenal job. R.I.P. There's a lot of things happening in this movie. The return of Thunderbolt Ross to make the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008, I believe, made that more canon. I mean, like I said, there's so much going on in this movie. They set up the Wanda and Vision relationship that will now carry on to a freaking Disney Plus show that, by the way, broke a record for most views in a day. But, So, Civil War did so much heavy lifting in such a positive way. It set up so many movies. It set up so many characters. It had some of the best action sequences, some of the best heart. It had an underrated villain in Baron Zemo, who is returning for Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, by the way. Baron Zemo, who had an understandable motivation. You motherfuckers went to Sokovia, blew it up, killed my family, and just went home like nothing ever happened. And I'm left with the rubble. Fuck you guys. I'm going to go and ruin your lives. And that was Zemo's whole thing. And it was understandable. He was just a dude, and he ripped the Avengers apart. Like I said, Captain America Civil War to me is the top-notch thing. It's basically, if you want a movie to represent what the MCU is all about, what it's all about, interconnectivity, great characters, great action, great drama, great acting, this is the movie. That Captain America Civil War is the epitome of the MCU. It's all of it in one. So, in my personal opinion, Captain America Civil War is the best movie in the MCU. Bar none. Bar none. No, okay, bar none makes it seem like it's not close. No, Black Panther is the best, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, theatrical? Like, because when I watched Black Panther the other day, it has, like, it's the only movie that has a true message. Like, and it kind of has a classic vibe to it, like the story of a king and whatnot. So it has, like, that going for it. Maybe Winter Soldier is technically more tightly edited and more tightly done because it's dealing with just one single character, so that, you know, that makes it easier. But Captain America Civil War is basically the Avengers and Winter Soldier had a baby and it turned out to be God. So that's my opinion. That's my opinion on it. Comment below. What is your favorite movie in the MCU? Please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please remember to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Movie Show. I'll see ya.